can't see it yet, but gotta feel your emptiness. Along the way you'll make some progress, you gon' have to trust the process. Look at me, I know I've been down this road before. I wrestled God to let me go, but I'm so grateful he said no. This is not your final call, this is not the last act. You gon' take it all, just hold on, I know he gon' bring it back.
Hey guys, it's Whitney. So I'm trying to do homework and I'm really struggling to do my homework today. You know, one, I'm tired. I was up pretty late, but also like I was up late last night upset about a conversation that really didn't happen, that I wanted to happen between me and my father or whatever. If you're on my Facebook, then you've seen all the drama. You didn't seen it, I'm not about to sit here and go through all of that right now, because anyways, what I really want to come on here and say, because I'm just in one of my modes where I start thinking and I want to share my thoughts with you guys. So I was thinking about my life, like if my life was to have been a book, a story, and I'm reading this story of my life as if it's someone else's. I just got like, I got emotional and I'm like, really? Like, really, bitch? You better not ever fix your mouth to say that you don't want to be here, or you want to kill yourself, or you want to whatever. Never, because reading the story of my life as if it was somebody else's, like trying to look at it from the outside looking in. Yo, I've been through like some shit. Like seriously, I've been through some shit. And I'm not saying this because I want you guys to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. But just really thinking and looking and reflecting on me and my life and everything. And especially like I had a conversation and I really was just like, last night with my dad, it didn't, like it really wasn't a conversation. But just some stuff happened between. If you're on my Facebook, you know, you've seen, I'm not even about to go into all that. But just reflecting on everything, it really helped me realize, like, if I was on the outside looking in, how strong of a person I would have thought that I myself was. And it's kind of like, you've done all this, been through all of this, and like you're still standing. You know what I'm saying? You're not like strung out on drugs. You're not, you know, I could be better, obviously, because I'm working towards better, but it's like, you're taking care of your kids. You're doing what the fuck you need to do. You're trying, like you're really trying. You're going to school, not one but two. You know what I'm saying? Like you're really trying to do better. And I'm proud of myself, especially considering everything that I have just been through from childhood all the way on up. Like considering everything, I'm really proud of myself. And that's like hard for me to say. I don't know why it's hard for me to say. Well, I don't know if I feel like that's not being humble if you are boast about how proud of yourself you are. I never want to come off as somebody who's like not humble. But I am. Fuck it, I'm proud of myself because I'm supposed to be doing homework right now. But I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Like, especially the last couple years, I was like in a really dark place. A really dark place. And I just don't really know, like, exactly why, to be honest. You know, like, I just had so much going on, and I had gotten so big. Like, I got so big where, like, I was starting to really feel it. And I think that too, the weight was contributing to the depression and everything. But it was so bad I couldn't get out of the bed. Like, you could ask one of my friends, she was there. It was bad. Like, there'd be days where I'd just be literally stuck to the bed and just couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mind would be like, you need to get up and you need to go do this, and you need to go take a shower, and you need to go clean up, and you need to go cook, and you need to. But my body, no matter how much my mind kept telling my body was not moving. It was like there was something weighted on me. So yeah, I was in a bad place. I was going to therapy, all kinds of stuff. And when I look at the pictures right here, I don't know if y'all can see this picture, but when I look at that picture of how big I was and how big I allowed myself to get, it's sad. I'm like, really? So, I mean, I had the VSG surgery. I've lost about 85, 90 pounds around there because it keeps bouncing in between. Really, I want to focus on toning up. But anyway, so I've had the surgery. I'm working on my health. I'm working on trying to stay healthy. But I'm also working on my mental health. And how to channel anger. And I didn't do a good job the other day. But you know what? That's the thing. I'm going to slip up. And it's going to be these slip ups that's going to remind me that, okay, you haven't been working on this, so let's work on it a little more. Or it might be a new trigger that I learned that I have. But yeah. I've been working on how to channel my anger, my anxiety, my depression, to convert it into something else, like art or whatever. So yeah, and I've been trying to surround myself around people who want to do the same thing, like people who are artistic or into music, people who have the same interests and passions that I do. I've been purposely just either adding them if I notice they're into music or they're into art, whatever, sending a friend request or something. And I feel like the more that I surround myself around that, the more my reality and my goal will come true. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what I need to do. Because when I surround myself around a bunch of bullshit, I usually tend to do a bunch of bullshit. Unnecessary bullshit too at that. I'm just extra. Anybody, if you're on my Facebook, you probably know I'm just extra. But I know I'm being extra when I'm being extra. I'm just extra. Sometimes, a lot of times. But I don't know. I'm supposed to be doing my homework. But I just really, let me go back to what I was talking about. Anyways, I just really wanted to say that I think it's important. Sometimes we can be very harsh on ourselves. We can be very harsh on ourselves. We don't really realize how strong we are because we're not looking at our lives from the outside. We're not looking at, we're not witnessing it from a different view. And all we witness is the beating up part. You just want it to stop, right? When is this gonna stop? I'm tired of this shit. I'm still standing, but I'm tired of this shit. That's all we witness. Other people are witnessing how strong you are enduring all that shit from the outside. Damn. She's just taking this shit one after another. Bop. Bop. I don't know. That's just how, I don't know. I got super geeked up right now. But anyways, that's what I wanted to say. I just wanted to say, give yourself some, let me stop cussing. Give yourself some credit. Because I think if you start to view things that way a lot more, and more on a positive note, because you could kind of do that and flip it and then be beating up yourself more. But if you kind of just try and pay attention to the positive, and focus on the positive and the achievements and stuff, and whenever you're starting to feel down or feeling less than, or that my life sucks, I'm supposed to be this by this or whatever, there's no who put time on everybody's different. There is no time frame as to how long you have to live your life or be uniformed. I guess, because I don't understand. I say uniformed because that's not really the right word, but basically programmed. How much time is it going to take us for us? Some of us, our processing speed is a little bit slower, or on purpose. We're okay, I'm just not trying to do that. I just want to live my life, or I just want to focus on this, or I'm just or we get lost in the sauce. And some people, they just ready to jump right in. They processed right away. Doop, doop, time. Now ready for work, you know, working 9 to 5 or whatever the heck. Like, they just have a schedule, whatever you want to call those things. But their life is so everyday, like clockwork. They know it's so structured. Some people like myself, that takes a long time to get used to. That takes a long time to even like adopt. Which I don't understand why. For me it would be because I grew up in programs and everything was structured. And I think maybe that was it. I was so used to all the structure. Like, you knew at this time you were doing this, at this time you were doing that, and you have to go to when you need to go to the bathroom, you need to ask this person at that time and at this. Like, everything had a freaking time. And then you don't, like, when you get out of them shits, you're on your own. Like, there's nobody telling you, okay, it's this time, let's do this. It's this time, let's do this. It's this time. You're like, holy shit. And everybody else in the world is not that structured. Like, come on now. I don't know. You just, like, lost. And kind of like a dog that's been in a cage. Say a dog's been in a cage for a week or a month. And someone comes along and rescues it. Like, someone never let the dog out of the basement. That dog, once it gets out, it's like all over the place. Because they don't know what the hell they're like. It's an overdose of freedom. Like, it's like an adrenaline rush. I swear it's an adrenaline rush. Like, literally. So I don't know. It's just crazy. But anyways, really, really look back at the things you have accomplished, even if it's the littlest thing, like managing your depression. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're homeless and you have absolutely nothing, but you have learned how to better deal with people, that's an achievement. We're gonna celebrate that, and we'll work on the other stuff as we go along. And I think if people thought like that more, we wouldn't be so harsh on ourselves. I don't know. But yeah, that was just a very random thought. I was about to start my homework, and I was like, oh, you know, but I'm really thinking about this, and I was thinking about really like how I don't really hear a lot in my family of a lot of, you know, I'm proud of you, or you're doing a good job, or, you know, whatever. Like, even when people like trying to tell me, oh, you look great, they don't say you look great. It's always like a snide, like, can't nobody just be like, oh, you look nice today. Like, man, you know, like, I don't know if that's just like black families or what, but it's kind of like, what the hell? I lost all this weight and nobody, it's almost like I have to be like, I know y'all see me, like, did you notice that I had surgery? And then somebody's like, oh yeah, by the way, you look nice. Like, well, I had to do all of that for you to just be like, you look nice. Or for me to stop hearing, you are fat. Like, I knew I looked okay, or I was a okay weight for my grandma when I stopped hearing, you're fat, every time I seen her. Or you look nice, but you can still lose some more, stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I didn't hear it this time. I didn't hear you look nice, but I didn't hear you fat. Whatever. So yeah, stop always searching for other people's. For those of you that do it, I know I've done it, or I'm still kind of doing that with my dad. But other people's fucking approval, as far as like, not everybody's, but like maybe people that mean the most to you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it, you don't fucking have it. And guess what? You're not gonna fucking get it. And fuck them. Like, that's how I view it. And that's kind of like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with my dad at this point. Because I would really hope to have a relationship with my dad. But it's like, I can't have a relationship and I can't respect you if you never at least admit that you screwed up somewhere as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Or you weren't the best parent that you could have been. And it's kind of like, I feel like I'm always being made out to be like the problem child, or I just don't understand why. And it's kind of like, as a parent, I look back at the things that was going on with me as a child, and the things that they've admittedly known, like said they knew what was going on with me. And I look back at the steps, like I look at the steps I would have taken as a parent to try to make sure things don't get out of control, or to make sure that my child understands healthy sexual behaviors, or just anything like that. And it's like, really? Turn a blind eye, huh? And so, and it's not even just that, it's other stuff. It's just, I don't know, I don't even want to get into all of it, but at the end of the day, it's just really sad. Like, I just want my dad to be like, you know what, I was wrong. I was wrong. I should have been there. I should have protected you. I should have, you know, I should have been a parent to you. You know, like, I should have believed you. I should have listened. I should have, you know, investigated a little bit and paid attention and questioned why. If there was a behavior you didn't like, I should have analyzed that behavior and questioned why, what was going on. Like, I don't know. You ain't even gotta say all that. You just gotta say, I'm sorry. Not nobody did anything to you. You need to direct your anger in the right direction. And blah, blah, blah. I love you, but I'm not the one you need to be angry with. Nothing I've done. You're your own person. You're in charge of your own behavior. I get that part. But people nowadays don't even know who the fuck their own person is. We're still trying to figure out I'm trying to figure out who's my own person. Because of all the shit that did happen, that's making it very hard for me, because I don't know if I'm being my own person or if I'm being a person that has been whose actions have been determined by trauma. Understand? So it's like, and then it's like, what's the trauma? And so now that's where you come into play. And that's where all the other stuff comes into play. So it's like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I really trying to refrain from saying that. But I honestly wouldn't care if he wasn't around. I mean, because it's like, you're not around anyways. You're not. And I feel like, and this sounds horrible with me saying this, but I'm just going to be honest, like, I feel like if he wasn't around anymore, then I would feel better. I wouldn't have a reason to be so angry, because now he has no choice but to not be there, because he'll be gone anyways. Like, because there's no choice, he's just gone. I don't know, but here I go, going into my, I don't want to go into thinking about all of that. We're going to have positive thoughts only, right, Whitney? And our positive thought is, fuck that nigga. Like, our positive thought is, we're going to get off of this, go do your homework, and fuck that nigga. He can kiss your ass. Because if you're 30 years old, about to be 31, if he has not been a father by now, fuck that nigga. If he does not give a fuck about whether or not his grandkids are alive or not, doesn't call to check on them or anything, then fuck that nigga. He does not deserve your respect. Fuck that nigga. And that's our positive thoughts for today. Fuck that nigga. You guys, don't get on me talking about, that's your father, you need to be respectful, blah, 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 blah. No. Came out of his nuts, that's about it. I came out of his nuts, that's about it. Like, as far as like being a father, fuck that nigga. Anyways, so yeah, like I was saying, believe in yourself, because you might have people like me around that don't give a fuck. So you have to give a fuck, and you have to just do what's best for you, and give a fuck for you. And if you have kids, your babies. So remember, fuck that nigga.
So much pain. What don't kill you make you stronger. Even if it lasts a little longer. It's working together for my